3 potential jurors have been dismissed from the proceedings.
The process to select a fair and impartial jury is expected to take up the rest of this week, but progress was made. In total, there will be 12 jurors and 6 alternates. The jurors include a guy who works in sales, an oncology nurse, a corporate lawyer and IT consultant, a software engineer, and an educator. Former President Donald Trump, who is facing 34 felony counts, has long argued that this trial is a witch hunt and election interference. But he's also making the most of his time in New York City, leaving after court adjourned for the day to make a campaign stop at a bodega in Harlem. The jury selection process is expected to continue on Thursday, and Judge Juan Merchan has told all parties to prepare for opening statements on Monday. Jimena Bustillo, NPR News, New York.
Another Republican is joining ongoing efforts to remove House Speaker Mike Johnson. NPR's Deidre Walsh reports Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has been leading the effort to oust him after Johnson passed a government spending bill last month with Democratic support.
The Speaker faced a new call today from Kentucky Republican Tom Massey, who called on him to resign and said he's signing on to Marjorie Taylor Greene's bill to try to oust the Speaker. You know, we should note that the Speaker has a really small margin, and if Marjorie Taylor Greene or others move forward with this effort to oust him, he would likely need Democrats to protect him to keep his gavel as Speaker.
NPR's Deidre Walsh reporting. The Israeli War Cabinet continues to weigh its options for responding to an attack carried out by Iran over the weekend. NPR's Daniel Estrin reports the airstrikes were retaliatory after Israel attacked the Iranian embassy in Damascus.
Israeli Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi says Israel detected Iran's attack plans 5 days in advance, and that U.S. Central Command General Michael Kurilla was in Israel for 3 days coordinating the international military coalition that thwarted most of the more than 300 missiles and attack drones that were launched. Israeli military chief Halevi gave videotaped remarks. He said this launch of so many missiles, cruise missiles, UAVs to the territory of the state of Israel will be met with a response. Israeli leaders have been huddling for 3 days debating how to respond. World leaders are concerned about a wider regional war and have been pressing Israel not to retaliate. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
It's NPR.
At 7:04 with WHYY News, I'm Matt Miller. Cleaning up Kensington was a major part of discussions as officials at the city's managing director's office testified in the city council's budget hearings. Managing Director Adam Teal says it would normally take a year or more to develop a plan, and they are moving as quickly as possible.
We're meeting with everybody to try to understand what the need is, to try to understand where we get initial capacity, where do we get more right now, more beds for folks who need help, and how do we build the medium to long-term system and structures for care, treatment, housing, jobs.
While the initial focus will be on Kensington, Teal says the model they're working on could be expanded to other parts of the city that need help. As Pennsylvania prepares for its primary next week, poll watchers are getting their county certificates. Watchers keep tabs on the process to ensure no election laws are violated. They're appointed by a candidate, party, or political group. Dauphin County Elections Director Chris Spackman says they should be mainly observers, but they can challenge the qualifications of voters.
That's a process that they work with the judge of elections to then determine whether or not that voter is qualified to vote.
Poll watchers aren't allowed to photograph or speak directly to voters, block entrances, or act in a threatening manner that could be interpreted as voter intimidation.